All right, everybody, welcome back to episode 14 of the Cheap Seats. We got a good episode
Can't believe
today.
we made it this far, and
Well, every week it's a miracle we made it to the next episode, boys. We got a really, I think, momentous episode for us. I really
Good word.
I really feel this is a big moment for us. We had a lot of fun doing it. We'll kind of get to that here in a bit. So we will start off our usual show with the Tap House Swear Jar, Boomer.
Mm-hmm.
Show them what we've won.
Yeah, so we got the Tap House Swear Jar there again, and I think we're gonna have to figure out who we're thinking about donating these funds to again. Here we had $32 last week. Wallace had a pretty expensive week. The other three of us were pretty much par for the course. So so another $32 in there for the swear jar. So
hopefully I can get some food for those cats and dogs this time around. We'll see what happens. But on that note, we are very pleased to announce that we have a new sponsor. We're just adding up the sponsors, boys? Like it's baby steps, but I like it. Local group, actually. It's on Facebook. We'd like you to go and give them a look. See, they're R&B sports memorabilia and sports cards, and this is something that's obviously near and dear to me. I'm really glad that we kind of decided to form a bit of a partnership with them. We will go over some stuff here. We've got a giveaway from them, a really nice Andre Johnson signed replica helmet, as Boomer will show. Absolutely gorgeous.
Certificate of authenticity included, and just really nice.
That's awesome.
Helmet.
Yeah. So one of our listeners will be having a chance to win that nice little beauty. So I'm going to explain a little bit for the people that don't know. If you walked into my basement, as Pratt has pointed out before, it's kind of like Phyllis Gretzky's basement. I got a lot of shit going on down here. I got a lot of signed, autographed memorabilia. It's wall-to-wall covered. Wilson has seen it. Wilson, is it not impressive?
Impressive.
Okay.
Very impressive.
This behind me, what you see is just flossing. That's all that is. So what this is it's a breaks page, and what they do is they have a lot of great memorabilia. Right now, if you go on their page, they've got a Lamar Jackson helmet autographed. Patrick Mahomes.
Overrated. No, sorry.
Well, we'll get to that later. Actually, Dustin Fair, we had a great chat Saturday night. I don't know if you remember most of it, but it was a good chat. You almost had me willing to take back my Lamar Jackson is overrated comment, but I didn't. So anyway, what it is you have a chance at winning these prizes that they have up. And they've got a Cale McCarr jersey. They've got plenty of other autographed memorabilia that they put up. They would line that product at a certain amount that's way less than what it retails for, and they would break it up into spots. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen this type of thing. There's a Lucky Spot site on Facebook where people go and they kind of gamble and whatnot. Boomer, I know you know this one. So it's the same thing. It's just a very cheaper way of trying to get a high-end value item at very cheap cost. As an example, they would put up a helmet for around $600-700. Break it up into 10 spots, $70 each. They randomize the list. They run the random. Whoever's on top after the 3 randoms wins that prize. And I have been fortunate enough to get a few things from my collection. Like I said, it is a form of gambling, but it's cheaper than dropping $1,000 on something that you have to save up money for and you have a chance to win it. So it suits some people. Hopefully you guys find them very fair to deal with. Seems like a really good group. I actually went into a football card break here tonight looking for some Justin Herbert autos from the Oregon Ducks, so we'll see if that pans out for me. Support local, Support local.
Absolutely.
And like I said, this isn't anything new. These groups are all over the place, but these are a local group, and we're very happy to be partnered with them. And we're glad that they came to us and asked us if we were willing to do something with them. So
say the name again.
R&B sports memorabilia and sports cards.
And they have a website and a Facebook page and
it's
a
Facebook
Twitter
page.
handle.
I posted the link on our Cheap Seats page for everyone to go and take a look. I will be posting on Twitter about the contest. So how this contest works for that Andre Johnson helmet is you have to join their page, obviously, and participate in any break that they have, whether it be cards, helmets, jerseys, anything. They do NFL, MLB, NHL, and NBA, all licensed products. So it's all guaranteed authentic, and it comes with the COA for whatever they have. And you can go in any of those breaks, any dollar amount, use the Cheap Seats code to say you're entering, and you will automatically get entered into the draw for that helmet. And it's only for Cheap Seats current viewers that join their page. So it's a really good opportunity to win a very nice piece of memorabilia, and there'll be other things coming along the way. I've been in discussion with them here throughout the day. Seems like it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. So we welcome them aboard, and we're happy to be a part of it with them, and hopefully things kind of keep moving on from there. So, Pratt?
Trivia, Ice Factory trivia time.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah.
Cheers to the Simons, the Pearsons from the Beef.
Remembered it.
Probably seen my cup more than anybody else's here tonight already.
I don't know, Bill.
I'm going to ask this week's question first, and then I'm going to do the answer to last week's. You'll find out why we chose the hockey player Mike Modano. Mike Modano made a cameo in a movie. What movie did he make that cameo in, and what teammate also made a cameo? So, break open the memory bank on that one, hockey fans.
And by memory bank, we don't mean Google. Memory bank.
Well, yeah, don't Google it, but I'm sure people will. It's not an easy Google, though.
Answer it on our Twitter page there, Pratt, or DM
Absolutely.
or whatever they're gonna do.
However, DM us or whatever. Okay, now the last week's was not really a trivia. It was a guess. Who's going to win the classic between us three idiots? And well, we know who won there. Dusty Wilson
Yeah, we know who lost too. Jesus.
played out of his ass. We'll talk more about the classic here. Tell everyone that doesn't know what the classic is after this. But 6 names in here picked Wills, which well, 5 more than I thought. But anyways,
Sorry, Gouldy, by the way, the one person that picked me.
here we go.
All right, Goldie did pick you.
Oh, former Estevan Bruin, Dylan Smith.
Dylan Smith, I played with him in the Classic one year. That must be why you had faith in
Wow.
me.
As have I.
He's
As
a good
have I.
golfer. Dylan. yeah.
And
Here's
Dylan
good.
Smith billeted at Melody and Bert Pearson's, owner of the Ice Factory.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Look
that's
at
right.
that.
Small world, eh, Pratt? Yeah.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Whole
Yeah.
circle for sure.
Okay. So,
Well,
yeah.
Do we
The classic.
Rehash this? Do we
Uh,
have to rehash this weekend? Because
Yes, I think we absolutely have to rehash it. And for those of you who don't know, the August Classic is basically the men's tournament at TS&M Woodlawn Golf Club, which is here in Estevan, Saskatchewan. It's a qualifying event. You qualify on Saturday, and you play your 2 tournament rounds on Sunday and Monday for the Calcutta. All 3 rounds count for the tournament total for the winner. But yeah, let's hear. Geez, who do I? Let's bug Pratt first. Let's bug Pratt. How did your weekend go, Jeff? Because you ruined it for me. But how'd it go out there?
practice round was good on Friday. Played stellar that day. Long story short, I was hitting the ball well. I missed 2 1 to 2 footers to be 2 over after 7. But hitting the ball well, yeah, they were gimmies, honestly. Ask my group, but let them in. and I did.
Well, yeah.
I know. So I still liked how I was striking the ball. Anyways, I hit 8 and I quad it. And a few club throws, a few awkward moments around the green with me and my group. And you know how you get quiet when someone's having a bad hole because they're flipping out and pouting, and that was me. So I couldn't recover after that. And honestly, boys, we're not 25 anymore. I had 2 roommates this weekend. So we made it to the campsites. We had some drinks, right? We were all there. We made curfew. But once we got back to my house, it was like drunken nights of the round table. We'd sit around my kitchen table, crack a few more drinks, and just laugh at stuff and tell stories. And then you're getting to bed at 2:00. So then you're up, you sleep in, or you almost miss your tea time. And no time for a warm bath for me, or an inversion table, or calisthenics, or whatever I need for my bad hip. So I was just walking up to that tee like an old cripple, and just couldn't get the clubs working for me. So that's my story.
Yeah, well, that's
Blame
pretty
it
rough.
on the hip.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. But well, let's go with Wallace. Let's hear what Wallace has to say. I feel like he didn't play bad. So I mean, the numbers told the tale. So how'd it go up there?
You know, I did play really well on Saturday. Unfortunate few bogeys down the last few holes that were unexcusable. Definitely took me out of the horse race contention. Not that I was really expecting to be in there, but I did play well. I hung in there for quite a bit. And, you know, I got to kind of, and it's not an excuse at all. I've only played 6 rounds of golf, though I had 6 rounds of golf going into this, so my expectations were tempered. But I will say not having the endurance I used to have. Well,
Golf, you guys.
I realized, but like Wilson, you're
He's a mecca. He is.
Yeah.
He's a specimen.
like, and here's the thing: I didn't drink all weekend, and I felt like I felt like a 55-year-old man, like just hurting. I had to take a Advil Robaxacet cocktail every morning just to get going, and you get there and your body isn't the way I was never in shape at any point in my life. I'm not even going to say I was. I'm just saying I used to be able to handle it. 3 days of that, by about the back 9 on Monday, I felt like it was more of a chore than wanting to be there. And I struggled. I took a quad on hole 17 on Monday. I took a triple on hole 7, which is just absolutely uncalled for. Just some stupid stuff. But, you know, all in all, it was a really fun weekend. I did make the first flight, which was, you know, I'm happy with that. Definitely wasn't in contention the rest of the weekend, but to shoot 77, 83, 84 with limited amount of golf under my belt this year, I'm okay with it. But like I said, I told him, I was the first one to tell him it in the group chat, and he'll attest to it. I'm very impressed with Dustin. I think it's the first time he's held it together for 3 days where he put up 3 decent numbers, and he had a lot of miles this weekend. And when I say miles, I mean booze. So good on him. And
He was.
I gotta admit,
He Houdini'd a few times.
no.
Pratt went. I'm not
He's
playing.
gone.
Went late. I did not. I
did.
Wilson, there was a point on Saturday night. I was watching that hockey game, and I looked over, and it was
Saturday.
kind of dark.
Yeah,
And
Saturday was.
That was a long day.
I said, I'm pretty sure I looked at Gould, and I said, what is with the handicapped T-Rex walking through the bush over here? And it was you. And I looked, and I'm like, he is just right out of it right now. And I thought at that point, I shot a 77. I'm like, I'm just in the driver's seat here. He might not even show up tomorrow. Like, I'm surprised he didn't just curl up on the picnic table. Give him credit. He showed up. He won. Better man won. Got no issues saying Dustin Wilson was a better golfer this weekend. So,
Well, I
choice.
actually, because Pratt, usually is like 3 late nights, or at least 3. But it was.
4.
I actually went home early for the Friday one for sure. I was home early, and then actually the last night, I think I shut her down at 11:30. So I got
We all did that. My excuse is my roommates kept me
Yeah,
up
that's
to the
true. But yeah, the court, my classic was like Lane said, it was my most consistent one, and actually easily by far the best golf I've played at the classic ever. I've got just an interesting stat. Nobody cares, I'm sure, but to me, it actually is crazy. the back nine, like the back nine at Woodlawn. So there's a couple rounds where you play the back nine first, or one round anyway. But
Second day.
my split for that was on the front nine at Woodlawn, I was +2 for the weekend, and on the back nine I was +19. So whatever it isn't the booze.
And I got to tell this one because there's all 3 days, Wilson was in view at all different points during this tournament.
Lane, you had eyes on me that
Oh, I was what
weekend.
you can tell with Dustin how the round's going by how he's walking,
Oh yeah.
hitting, how he's with his putter, how he's moving to pick up the ball, how he's approaching the ball. You can totally tell. And I knew come Sunday when I saw him on that back nine, I was in trouble because he had that little
Mad swag.
nut to him,
Mad
like
swagger.
and
Yeah.
he was I was like, oh no, he put up a digit. He put up a good number today. And I was struggling. And then I said it in the group chat. I said, well, the boys, the struggle is real. And then about a half hour later, Pratt, you don't know struggle. so, okay, I don't have to worry about Pratt. It's Wilson. But there was about 5 or 6 times I looked over and I had eyes on Wilson. Wasn't hard to miss those days. He had a neon green shirt the one day, neon purple the one day. It was quite the frock going.
shit.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I had a far different experience. This is the first time that I haven't played in the Classic in as far long back as I can remember. And reasons being I'm rehabbing a back injury. But actually the lack of early mornings after the show I put on for every night there I was okay with that. It wasn't so bad. But for the people that don't know, the Cheap Seats actually took on something a little bit, out of our realm here, and we ended up commentating the horse race. And what the horse race is the top 12 qualifiers. They basically play down on the back nine of Estevan. You lose 2 golfers the first 2 holes each, and then 1 golfer the following 7 until you've got 1 golfer left. And the winner this year was Austin Dobrescu, who also actually won the Classic too. Hell of a player, just a really nice kid, and a lot of fun to watch out there actually. And we couldn't do the fans like we always do. Usually there's 250 carts out there in Estevan for the horse race. It's a really, really big thing here. And obviously because of the COVID restrictions, we couldn't do any of that. So we tried to live stream it as best we could with our commentary. And to tell you the truth, I got a lot of positive feedback. So, I mean, it's something that maybe we keep opening the door for the future, but yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. And, thanks to Amanda for letting us do that. And yeah, it was different, but it was good.
We won't hold her to it, but she did say this is something she wanted to do every year going forward. So we'll see. I got to apologize. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty faux pas thing going on there, but we salvaged it. I went to the live stream on Facebook. We kept her going. Pratt and Wilson had their thing going on the YouTube, and me and Boomer had ours going on. Had a lot of good positive comments about the Facebook live stream. I don't know. I didn't really hear too much about your guys' end though. I wasn't.
I honestly don't know. I actually will admit though, I was having a blast with Pratt on the cart talking.
Oh, you look like you were anyway.
It was fun. I'm willing to throw this out there, boys. Anyone local out there needs a little B-rated, C+ skill-wise commentating on something, call the boys at Cheap Seats.
Oh,
We're not going to be like Chris Cuthbert and Jim Houston and the boys, but
give us a few
just
years.
hold on a sec. We're only free for the first couple. After we show our skill. After we.
Oh, that's good. Oh yeah, there's a fee to pay. By the way, interesting stat, Boomer. I wanted to tell you this: Austin Dobrescu, right? He won the tournament. 63, 69, 77.
Yep.
63. 8 birdies, 2 eagles, 1 bogey.
Yep.
What hole do you think he bogeyed?
1.
4.
8.
10.
A hole that I hate.
The hardest hole in North America.
I hate that hole. I'm not even shitting you. In the practice round, I birdied it, which I was ready to spear Wilson over. We won't get into that. But then I found out the next day it actually saved me $100 in the Skins game.
Hey, I got a stat for you, Jeff, on hole 10. listen to this. Since hole 10 was changed to what it is, and I've kept a record in it in a book that I have upstairs, I have had 14 birdies in that hole. Guess what I am overall on that hole?
What?
38 over.
I was gonna say plus 42, but yeah.
Jeez.
You have a fucking book that says all this?
Oh, man. I started to really suck on
Does that?
10 at the beginning.
The Shambo,
I
A, there's
decided.
an app for
Who
that.
is the Shambo down here.
And B, that is dedication.
Oh,
Wow.
I hate hole 10. I need to figure out a way to play it. I'm going
I
to
hate it
start
too.
getting it on the green.
Well, the first trick is getting it over the water, which just for everyone's amusement, I didn't even get it to the water on Monday morning. I hit a 5-wood off the tee and it ended up short of the water. Had to chip over, put it on the green, and 3-putted for a 6. So yeah, imagine how embarrassing that was. Okay. Good times, boys. Now we get to unveil.
First of all, no top 5 today because we got something.
Yeah, we
a
got
little
that.
more special.
Got something cooking. Got something cooking. Guys, we are super stoked. I can't believe I just used stoked.
At least you didn't say stoned. Anyways.
We're very pleased to announce we have our first interview. Honestly, I didn't think it was going to go as smooth as it did. I'm biased. It's good.
I'm biased.
I'm biased.
Well, let's get into
Let's
it
let the
later.
viewers decide if they like
Let
it.
her go. Don't toot the horn early.
Well, Jeff, I got to let you introduce him.
Oh, well, the answer to our trivia question last week, of course, was Estevan Bourne, drafted in the NHL, Dustin Johnner. Good pal of mine to this day. Really good buddies growing up till he moved out Estevan. And he was more than willing to offer up some stories of his pro career because it was a long one. And yeah, we just talked about his time over in Europe, WHL career, minor hockey, Estevan stuff. Just an absolute gem of a guy. I hope everyone likes it out there. We're going to do more of these, but this is our first one and definitely won't be our last. So let's kick it off to our interview. First Cheap Seats interview with Dustin Johnner.
Nice.
Okay, welcome Cheap Seats listeners. It is my pleasure to welcome the Cheap Seats inaugural interview. 272-point career total point for the Seattle Thunderbirds in the WHL. 6th round draft choice, Florida Panthers in the NHL. Member of the Belfast Giants, EIHL League Champs in 2019, with an assist on the OT winning goal, mind you. Also member of the greatest Adam AA team of all time. My good buddy, an absolute beauty, from Sylvan Lake, Alberta, Estevan Bourne, Dustin Johnner.
Nice. I like it. I like it. Very nice. Very nice.
Good intro? Good intro for you?
Good intro.
Perfect. Look,
Yeah.
hey, you know more about me than I do.
272 points in the dub?
I know. I don't know what happened. I don't even know how I got there in the first place, and I had to get you when I was young.
Must have had some solid line mates, eh?
I did, actually. Over that in Seattle, I actually was fortunate when I got in, and even my rookie year, I had some good line mates that I played with. I played with a guy like Jamie Lundmark and played
Oh, yeah.
Tyler Metcalf. I don't know if anybody know that name. Tyler Metcalf
Yeah, yeah.
and Brooks Lake were my line mates. Nate Thompson for 1 year, and so I had some good line mates. So there was some guys he played with. It obviously you can't do it by yourself. Everybody knows that. Now you guys need 3 of you to have the podcast here, even 4 of you.
I played against Metcalf in minor.
Nate Thompson, former Los Angeles Kings, throwing that out there.
Oh, yeah. I have to mention that.
Oh yeah.
Did you play in a line with Lake at all? Because obviously we all know Lake from down here.
Yeah. When Liker came over from Medicine Hat, we traded for him. I think I don't know, it would have been 19-year-old year maybe, and it was me, him, and Metcalf were on the line there for 1 year. So that was the year we had a good year. I don't remember how far we made that. We might have lost to the Western Conference Final or semifinal to Kelowna. We lost 3 times to teams that ended up winning.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we lost to Kelowna 1 year. We lost to Kootenay 1 year. I'm trying to think of who it was. We lost to Vancouver. I'm not sure who it was the other year, but we had some good teams back then, but we ran into better teams.
That's the dub, though. There's a handful of good
Yeah.
ones back then.
Well, do you? I don't know if you saw our previous episodes. Like Jeff claims responsibility for being a stepping stone to your
What was-
career. So
What did he
Yeah,
word? How did he
launch
word
pad,
it?
launch pad.
Yeah, launch pad. Yeah, that's right. He goes. I springboarded him. I think he said to us on the golf course.
Your
know what?
second year Adams season. That's a big year for someone on their.
That
you know,
was. I wish they had our stats online from that year's year, Pratsky, because
What is
me and
those
Stepper
stats?
were.
I
Did
could
all
probably
right.
tell you them.
I know our dad's good. That's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, what are you up to these days, though? We want to just now that you are retired. Last year was your last year playing pro hockey over in Belfast. So, what are you doing right now?
Yeah, no, I'm back home here, and with the family, we moved back home to Sylvan Lake, is where we are now, and we settled in here and got a house here, and we've just been, trying to enjoy being home and trying to be around family. It's been a long time. We were over in Europe for 13 years playing hockey, so that was a long time, and now I'm back here. And while I was playing Belfast my last 2 years, I went to school and took some business schooling, and I came back and got hired on with the company, and I'm kind of got the 9-to-5 job and doing some sales and doing some strategy and some operation stuff. So it's a new lifestyle for me. But it's nice to have weekends off and have a little bit of normalcy. So it's been good, and I think not seeing hockey and then for a while there, and then having it come back has made me miss it. But for my first year being done, I kind of enjoyed just not having to be yelled at on the ice or having to work out. I don't miss that part.
Did you find the transition tough going from playing hockey like that, then going to an actual 9-to-5 job?
Yeah, I miss the naps. I miss.
The naps, love the naps. Yes.
Oh yeah, no, that's obviously you miss being around the guys in the locker room. I think you'll hear that from every guy that's probably ever played hockey, even not even at a professional level. That's the thing you miss most about it, is just getting to be with the guys, and you miss obviously the adrenaline of scoring a goal and being in the crowd and all that kind of stuff. And honestly, I knew I was ready to be done, so I don't know. Maybe other guys, when they didn't really choose to be done, maybe missed a little bit more, but I knew that was going to be my last year, and I kind of got to go out the way I wanted to with my family there the last game. Kids on the ice and winning a championship to end it, it couldn't have been any better. So it really made the transition easier, I think.
He took my question right away from me. I was going to ask him did he know that it was time, or did he kind of feel like he was forced to,
Yeah. You know what? The year before, I actually had a ton of injuries, tore my MCL, really pulled my groin off the bone right when I came back after the first game, and then had impingements in both shoulders. So I only played like 17 games the second last year. And I thought, honestly, the team was in good. You know what I mean? But they stuck with me, and I rehabbed all summer, stayed there all summer and rehabbed. I wanted to play one last year and just show that I could still play and go out on my own terms, kind of. So it was close to not being. I also had a time when I was probably 23 where I had a tryout in Finland and Elvis, and I had like a 6-week tryout, didn't make the team, couldn't find a job for the life of me. Came back and I was ready to hang them up, and I was looking for jobs, and I was like, this is it. And then one of my buddies, probably my best buddy that I've ever made in hockey, Steve Saviano, he was up for the Hobie Baker. I know I played with him a lot, and he called me and said, hey, we got an opportunity, come play. Not very much money, but get over here and play. And then ended up playing almost another 10 years after that. So I have him to thank for that. Well, he was my step stone. How about that, Pratt?
Yeah. That's better than you and me passing behind the net back and forth for no reason, right? That's pretty good. Yeah.
We were just showing off back then.
Yeah. I didn't realize that you were that close to being done back then. Wow. What was your favorite place in Europe to play when you were there? Yeah, I know you were at lunch.
Yeah, honestly, there's so many good places. Like the countries over there, we loved Sweden, we loved Switzerland, we loved Austria for the countries to live in. But I'd have to say Sweden was probably my favorite place to play, just because I had so much success there, won a couple championships there. We made Sweden. The people in Sweden are just so awesome. We were in good cities, like Stockholm. We were there for my last couple of years there. We loved it. There's only a few cities in Europe we'd go back to live, and I think that'd be
Sweden gets a lot of top ratings. They're good group of people there, right?
Yeah, they are, honestly, and I think obviously it helps. Like, there's a few other countries where English isn't as prominent, and there, all the TV's in English. Everybody, even if they're a little bit older, they'll know some English, so that makes it easier. That the lifestyle over there is good, and everybody likes to have a good time, and nobody's stressed. It just felt like that European lifestyle. You come home and everything's so much faster paced here. People just don't take that time to breathe half the time.
Yeah.
Well, Pratsky, you gonna fire some rapid fire at him here? I really
Yeah,
want
we
to.
can do that.
Okay.
Gonna get to know the real Dustin Johnner here. There's only a few. Doesn't have to be that rapid. You can take as long as you want.
Yeah.
Answer, but
I'll be as honest as I can. How about that?
best moment in hockey, any age, best moment.
Oh boy, I've been fortunate enough to win a couple championships, but I think honestly the best moment was my last game after I won. Having my parents, my family, and everyone there that's how I wanted to end it, and it was fortunate to make it happen. So I'd have to say that was my best moment. But obviously, popping a champagne bottle after winning a championship, that's right up there. It's happened a couple times.
There's a video done. I watched it. And it's like 30-minute video on that, and holy, I was wiping away the tears.
I
That
know.
was well done.
I didn't think that aired over here.
Oh, it airs on your wife's Facebook.
That is the truth. That airs everywhere, doesn't it? Yeah.
That's how Facebook works. No, that's cool. Best player or lineman or best player or line mate you played with?
You don't have to say Pratt.
No. Well,
I've been fortunate enough to play with some pretty good players. I'd have to say, probably. Can I say two?
yeah.
I'll say one. At the time, I'll say Eric Stahl. When I was in the American League in Lowell, I was fortunate enough to play a couple of games on line with Eric Stahl and Chuck Kovacic.
Oh, yeah.
Going 2 assists that game, no big deal. But and then during the lockout, we also I played with Landeskog, played with us in Sweden, and Backlund and Backlund played with us 1 year too. Yeah, he was young at the time. I don't know what year that would have been lockout when they were over. It would have been the last lockout, I guess.
12.
Yeah.
2012.
12, yeah. He came over and ended up coming back and playing, but he was young then, right? And he looked like a man already. So you understand why he's so good.
Yeah, well. So best player you ever played against?
Oh, okay. I have to say, it might have been during the same season, maybe. We played against Kopitar.
Oh no! Here we go.
What?
And Bobby Ryan were on the same team, and those two would just hold the puck for as long as they want. They're just so big and strong. It's just you realize how big and strong these guys really are.
Johnner, he's like my man crush. I've got a shrine built around me of Kopitar. No, ask Pratt. Oh my God.
During the lockout, he came over to Europe and played on his brother's team, and his brother was in the league I was playing in, and he played with his brother for the lockout, so that's why he came to that team.
God, man. That's it. Okay, Pratt, you need to keep going because I'm just kind of
Cool.
here, man.
Growing up, any league, do you have like a rival? I know you dropped the mitts a few times.
I remember when I played for Bayreuth, and I don't remember who you played for, but it was you and Nathan Jesse. You guys cheated and both got put on the same team, and I remember that. But no, it probably would have been the only rival I really had was maybe a guy named Chad Basson in junior. I don't know if he played for Regina or where he played exactly now, but we only played each other like twice throughout our career, I think, and we ended up fighting both times. And we were just like the same size guys, same type of player kind of. He ended up going playing Europe too, so that would be, if I could name one, that would be. But I don't have too many rivals.
I wondered if you'd say him because I remember watching like Regina News because that's all you'd get to see any dub highlights. And it's
Right.
or Basson and John are drop the mitts, and I'm like, no way. I'm like, I don't know why I wasn't at the game anyways, but
Yeah, what were you doing?
yeah. Bayreuth though, that's a good name. I remember those days. Yes, we were Baker Chemical.
You were Baker Chemical, you cheaters.
Yeah. Favorite coach, career-wise?
Oh boy, actually, my favorite coach would probably, I've had some good ones. Dean Schnelf was a good coach when I was in Seattle. made me captain for 3 years. So you got to
Yeah.
shout out to Craig King. But no, he was good. I learned a lot from him. And then also my last coach was Adam Keefe. His brother's coaching the Leafs now, but he was our coach in Belfast, and he was a guy to hockey and good players coach, and he just one of those guys where he just played. But I think obviously the person who had the most influence on me just becoming like the two-way player that I was a guy named Russ Farwell. He was my GM in Seattle, and he's one of those guys that you can just tell he knows what you need to do to be at the next level. Because I always thought I was putting up 25, 30 goals in junior, and I'm like, I'm just going to be a goal scorer my rest of my life. And I had to learn, and that's the only reason I think that my career was so long, because over the years he kept mentoring me and said, "Hey, play defense. You can always score." So it kept me in a career for as long as it was.
Interesting.
Awesome.
Your favorite player?
Oh, my favorite player right now?
Yeah. Or ever.
All time or current you can go both ways. Yeah.
Okay, I would say when I was Mike Modano was my all-time.
Nice. Medano gets no love. I love it.
Yeah, Mike Modano was my all-time. I was always number 9 in junior, and that's why. And then I'd say right now, how do you go wrong with McDavid? It's just he's so. There's a lot of these young guys right now. You can't believe how good they are coming right into the league. It just blows my mind.
Yeah.
So it used to take so long, but just watching him the other night, how do you not think he's the best player in the world?
Just his first step is just it blows me away every time I watch him play. As soon as he gets the puck and he decides to go around somebody, he's just gone.
Like on these goals, it's not like he's just skating. He's bouncing the puck in the air around a guy's stick and then going backhand shove. It's not fair.
Do you know who he reminds me of? Reminds me of Pratsky playing NHL 94, and he's Roenick out there.
Oh,
Guys are bouncing off of him, and he's going scoring whenever he wants.
Roenick.
Remember those days?
Hey, that was a pretty cool thing you did for your kid, by the way.
Yeah? Naming them. Yeah. Oh, that he did.
Oh, that he did.
Yeah,
The
Birthday
video.
cameo.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. I saw it. I was like, no way.
Yeah.
for those who don't know, we may post that on the Twitter account just to show Pratt's a good man. Pratt is a good man.
Yeah, he is. He is once in a while.
I'll give the ex-wife credit for that one, but and your team, who you cheer for then? Oilers, I suppose. No,
I'm not. I'm a Flames fan.
Oh, you are. Okay.
Nice, Connor.
I am. I'm a Flames, and they gave me my first ever NHL contract, and my dad's a Flames fan, and my wife's an Oilers fan, so I think that's what pushed me to be a Flames fan even more.
Oh, okay. So
First NHL contract, eh? So you spend any time with the Ginla?
Just a little bit in camps and stuff, but like I only spent a few times. Like when I was only there for maybe a couple days of a main camp with them. Most of my time at NHL camps was at the main camp when I got traded to Florida. So I got traded to Florida.
Yep.
And then I was there, and then I got to spend a whole main camp there. We actually went to St. Vale, Colorado, and got to play a couple exhibition games. So that was where I had the real experience, and you had that real taste of what that life could possibly have been like if I would have been much better.
Well, in coming away from the Rapid, like Florida, like you went to Florida camps, you did rookie dinners, did you not? All that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I would have done a rookie dinner in the American League, but honestly, like there's a few things within camps where like they did like confidence football pool for NFL, and I remember I knew nothing about it, but I just wanted to be a part of it with all these guys with Joe Newendike and Bertuzzi and Gary Roberts and all these guys, and all of a sudden they put up the stats from the first week, and all of a sudden there's a page with everybody's scores on it, and then there's another page and there's a name at the bottom. And it was my name, and I had like 3 games picked right out of 16 or something. And Joe Newendike put me at the bottom and said, "Thanks for your donation."
Feathering your cap in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
What else you guys got? I got a few more, but give her.
I got one here that's kind of random here for you. But so you got this picture as your Twitter profile. and you look like an absolute stallion. And then the fourth one of us, Dustin Wilson, who couldn't be here tonight, he's got a pretty similar looking picture there, black and white, and he looks just mint. And I'm trying to figure out who's this photographer that you guys are hiring that makes you look so good. Like, oh man, like I look like a donkey regardless any way I look at the camera. So, you know.
Hey, you know what? All you gotta do is take a picture of yourself and switch it to black and white, and just instantly look better.
I'll hold you to it. I'm doing it tonight.
Race double chins because I need something that can do that, buddy. I got my question. I was thinking about this last night, and you've played in North America. Obviously, you've played overseas. What is the biggest difference in the game between the two? Is it speed, skill, just the type of game you have to play?
Biggest difference, other than the obvious ones of the rink being better, actually that probably has a big thing to do with it. It's the amount of time you have. It's the amount, that extra second you have with the puck on the power play. It's more room in the offensive zone on the power play, and and all those things like that. So I think that's why you see a lot of guys that are high-end AHLers that just can't make it in the NHL. They go over to Europe and fight it up, in Russia or Sweden or wherever, and they just can't make their way back to the small ice because it's that split second that you have, or that almost like half a second where you can take a step back and glide back towards the boards. In the NHL, you run into the board. You don't have that time. So you do notice a big difference. I'll never forget when I first stepped on the ice. I was in Switzerland when I first went over, and I was walking around. I was a new guy, an import player, and went on, just put my head down, tried to rip a slap shot, and I missed the net by like 6 feet. I didn't realize like how much farther I was away from the net, and where it took you time to realize how much bigger the ice surface was, and the net was in a different spot when you were taking a shot from the dot. So there's just little things like that, but I'd say it's just the time, and obviously the amount of games you play. It's not as hard on your body, and it's not even close to its physical. Honestly, that's why guys can play there till 30 or 40 years old.
Right. Well, Yager going back and playing like I heard he's still.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
he can play forever. He's just big enough, strong enough, smart enough that he can.
Yeah.
He didn't have to move fast anymore.
no.
What about in Sylvan? You still in touch with a bunch of guys? I know that's a lot of guys go back to Sylvan that played places. You in touch with a bunch there?
Yeah, all the Vandermeer brothers. There's all of them. They all live around here, except for Jim, who I played with in Belfast actually my last year, and he's out in Vancouver. But then there's Joel Stepp, and you see a lot of guys like Colton Seviers here, who plays for Florida. And a lot of these guys are in Red Deer. A lot of guys work out in Red Deer. You do lose touch after being away in Europe for so long, but you come home and then everybody trains together, and you still get them, like the Sutters. They're around here too, and all those guys. So there's a lot of guys, and especially it's been a weird summer to come home to with everything that's going on in the world, and being locked in your house for 4 months. We didn't really get to experience being home the way we thought we were gonna. But yeah, there's still a lot of guys around here, and it definitely are a lot of guys come back here and train and like to spend summer by the lakes.
Yeah. Morris brothers, are they around still?
Derek's down in Phoenix. He lives down there all year round. But his other two brothers are they're both here. One of them's a real estate agent. The other one works in Norfolk, I think. So they're here. The family's still here, but he stayed where it should be in Phoenix. It's sunny all year. I don't know why we live in winter.
Pay to live here. Can you believe it?
Oh.
Yeah. Who's winning the cup?
Who's winning the cup? I think Colorado's got a good shot from the west. Out of the east is so tough, man. There's so many good teams over there.
As if Pratt. Oh
No, I don't think they're going to win. But
I don't even think Pratt thinks they're going to win. So
I think Tampa, Colorado is a solid chance at a final.
Yes, I agree. Tampa, honestly, I don't know. I have some sneaky feeling about Philly for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's too hard to call. It's such a cool year for hockey, but it's like 1 year of this and then let's go back to reality. But it is pretty exciting right now to watch 15 hours of hockey a day.
No kidding. No kidding.
So, in your opinion, Dustin, when you're seeing these games that are being played, and there's no fans, obviously,
Yeah.
do you think it weighs on the players a lot, or do you think they're professional enough to look by it? And I mean, the games have looked like they've been intense and they've good flow. But
Honestly, I know when I went and played in rinks and stuff where there were no fans and no atmosphere, it was way harder to get going. Obviously, I'm not playing for the Stanley Cup, and that's I'm sure that's motivation enough for these guys. But some of those guys that have been in the league for a long time, and you feed off that energy, and just especially energy players, those guys, like your third, fourth line guys, who feed off getting hit, and you don't get that reaction. Or I couldn't imagine scoring a goal and hearing no other than the horn. You know what I mean? They're fake fans. I don't know. I think they need it. I think the players. I think if you ask the players, they'd say we need that to some degree. I don't want to hear just dead silence.
well, and the
you were on
momentum
TV,
shift on goals, and like you're down 3-1, you get a big goal, and the fans start getting into it. That drives you, right? So it's
Absolutely. I think it's got to be tough for them for sure, especially to be playing the same rink every day. It's going to get monotonous. I guarantee it's going to get old after months. By the time you get to that third round, even though you're going for the cup, it's going to get the same thing, the same every day you're doing. You don't get to travel around. They're used to your bodies. They're used to that in the playoffs, having to have that grind and have that feeling of, I'm tired, but so are they probably.
Yeah.
in fairness, though, I think they have done a good job.
100%. 100%. I think they've done a better job. I thought it was going to be so weird to watch. I think it's looked good, and honestly, I thought by the third game, players would be pulling groins and stuff because ice would be so bad and all that kind of stuff. It seems like it's been good, and the hockey's been entertaining so far.
Yeah.
Best seat covers in sports they got going there. Best seat covers in sports.
That is for sure.
Well, anything else, Jeff?
Boomy, you got anything?
I got a weird one for you, and you're probably gonna laugh again, but I'm the guy who likes food here on the show, obviously. What's your go-to fast food meal from any restaurant?
He doesn't eat fast food. Look at him.
Are you kidding me?
Were you putting on some?
I came home after the season, and I told my wife, her, when I'm done, I'm not going to touch a weight or run or do anything for a full year. And I only made it 360 days, boys. And I couldn't make it a whole year. And I looked at myself, and I'm like, I got to do something. But no, I think my meal, I'm an A&W burger guy. So I'm like a Papa cheese, no onions, probably a poutine, and beer.
Whose favorite go-to burger was that, boys?
Oh, yours too.
That was episode 2.
John,
I know my food, man. I know my food.
Connor just became Lane Wallace's all-time hockey player.
Oh, he's like breathed the same air as Kopitar. You guys a beauty. How do you? Oh man, you can't. Now, just to be clear here, Dustin's always been an athlete. There was a time back when he went to Sacred Heart School.
I did. Yep.
I went to St. Mary's, little tri-school.
Oh boy,
track meet and stuff. I didn't participate in these. I was in the novelty events. I was in the wheelbarrow
three-legged race
and stuff. So I got to spend the rest of the day watching Dustin excel at all sports. So, guy's just a natural athlete, and it obviously shows. So, I mean.
Well, I can chime in on that, obviously. So, Johnner dominated pretty much every sport so you moved away before grade 8.
Yeah,
so,
I was 12 or 13.
My first broken heart was from Dustin, if you can believe that. But
that was hard to move away.
And leaving such a stacked minor hockey system.
Oh, my whole minor hockey career was set until
Yep. But in saying that, I wasn't even thinking of this. We had some studs, right, in our system, the Leslies, the Steps. Do you think that allowed you to almost branch out even more to go elsewhere like that? Maybe. I never even thought of it. I just thought of that now.
What do you mean by just learning how to play with those guys, or
just going to Sylvan and completely lighting it up kind of on your own? Did you not?
Yeah. We had a good team, and then I did good in Bantam AAA and Major AAA when I was there, and I think that helped. But I think it does. I probably could have got a chance of getting stuck in a shadow. You know what I mean? Those guys were so good when we were so young, and they went on
Yeah.
to have good careers too. But it's
Yeah.
like Stepper and Regan were they were head and shoulders above us. Honestly, at that age, like we were good players back then, but
Oh,
we always knew how good those guys were when they were that
Yeah.
age. So it could have made. So maybe I do have to thank my dad for getting transferred out of Estevan and come over.
yeah. Another
But-
story. John was a hell of a ball player. Do you
Mhm.
remember? I'm
Mhm.
pitching, which I'm not even a pitcher, and I put one right under your chin,
Oh, do you want
right
to tell
under
the
his
boys?
chin.
You want to tell the boys what happened the next pitch?
Next, first he looks at me, he's like, "What the hell?" And I'm like, "I don't know, my fastball. That's all I got, and I can't control." Next pitch,
Well, I looked back and it was Jim saying, "Brush him off the plate, brush him off the plate."
next pitch is a low fastball. Jacks it center field at Cactus Park.
Oh,
Which-
that was a bomb. First
That
home
was
run I ever
rare
hit.
at that age.
First home run I ever hit.
Once
you
again,
get
Jeff
your
being your
daughter?
springboard. Jeff being your
Mhm.
springboard.
Chair? Nice.
Yeah.
Made it
I-
jump.
Before we let you go, I got to ask a question. I'm a huge memorabilia guy. My basement is, as you can see, I got all sorts.
Oh,
So, have you ever gone up to a player that you played with and actually asked for an autograph, or literally went out of your way to ask somebody, "Hey, can I get this guy's autograph?"
I'm trying to think. Honestly, I wish I would have when I was like, right at that time, I thought, you know what? I'm going to get a chance to see these guys again and play again. I never thought, I always thought I was going to at least be around long enough in North America to do that. And then I never did. But then I did ask Landeskog for a
Nice.
signed card, and I do have that. And I posted it one time. I found it in an old thing, and he's like, "Oh yeah, there it is." He's like, "I remember that." So it's good. Funny that he remembered that. It's funny. Like, he's younger than me, and I've been around playing a lot longer. But I still, like, guys like that, you're like a little awestruck, and they're
I would have had no shame. Zero shame.
Yeah, I'd asked everybody, like, literally carrying a jersey everywhere. Sign this, man. I need this.
yeah. I should have. I really should have more, because you regret that now. But whatever. Move on.
Well, Pratt,
Well, man, thanks, John, for doing this. Congrats on a career, man. That's unreal career you had. You were the one guy that made her the furthest out of the small town Estevan. And
Is that just because I went to Europe? Or-
Well, hey. However, it worked out for you, man. You got a beautiful family there too.
Thanks, buddy. It's good to see you.
Yeah, Big Jude was commenting on the family tonight, so say hi to yours for me.
Yeah, you too. And if you guys are ever out this way, look me up and we'll go for a beer
Or around a golf or something with cheap
or
seats.
a round of golf.
Round of golf,
I've been shooting a lot. I've been able to golf more than 5 rounds. I think about like 12 or 13 rounds. So I'm shooting a lot better these days, Patsky.
Oh,
Nice.
so you might beat me, okay?
Oh,
Might beat me.
after this weekend, you will.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming on.
All right, boys. Take care.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
All right, guys. So we hope you enjoyed that interview. It went well. The guy really is a really good guy. Like, you can tell just by talking to him. I've known him. Well, I haven't known him, but I knew him as a young guy. Sacred Heart. Pratt's known him from hockey. I've watched some YouTube stuff on him, interviews from when he played in Belfast. Get a little knowledge before going into the interview. He's such a down to earth guy. So
I was super jealous after watching it. I was just like, shaking
Yeah.
that.
He has some good intel, like good, not intel on hockey, but like just current game. He knows the game so well. He was always such a cerebral player. So hearing his opinion on different things is pretty
Yeah.
cool, because it comes from a guy who played at a high level, and he's just well spoken and knows the game. So I enjoyed that part of it too, along with some of the laughs we had. So
Yeah, just
Yeah. Cheers to Jonah for doing that for
cheers
us.
to John.
thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. We now have a new friend of the show in Dustin Johnner, so that's good. We will have more interviews coming. We're just we're in talks right now. Our agent is exploring options, so we'll see where that goes. We want to kind of touch a little bit on the playoffs that are going on right now. And I don't think anybody expected Carolina to breeze through New York like that, eh? Like at all.
I really didn't. I don't.
Oh.
I don't really know what happened there. That was kind of ugly. Like for New York just to kind of fall flat on their face there. I know I took them in 5 games for our little $20 bet here, but yeah, I didn't see Carolina just smoking them like that. But
I get why they did now, though. Like,
man, they're a good team. Svechnikov, Teravainen, Aho, they're good defensively. They got a good goaltender. They're a team that can surprise a lot of people. They just play that playoff hockey style, right? So,
well, that term, a bunch of jerks, is like, that sums up this whole thing because all these teams play systems, but how good's your system going to be without any practice, and all of a sudden, boom, you're playing playoff hockey where they just have this team camaraderie. You see it, right? With their the whatever you call it after the game, brain cramp, storm surge.
Storm surge, yeah.
Marty's jumping around the room. They just have that good time, lunch pail type gang.
Yeah.
Where this right now, these playoffs, you go and you just play and give her rather than play a system and structured hockey. So
Honestly,
outside, I see it. I see why they did so well.
after that locker room video and those guys having a blast and seeing Svechnikov and just wow how he takes over, like I wouldn't be shocked if they win now. Like I really wouldn't. Like
Yeah.
if they just go off this, heat they've got, look out.
I have Svechnikov's rookie auto over on the shelf over there. Good young player, gonna be a stud, boys. That's an investment. R&B, right there. Hit him up. Go get yourself a Svechnikov
As
card.
long as he's not dropping the mitts with any other fellow Russians, he'll do just fine.
Pittsburgh is in a world of hurt right now.
Aww.
Yeah, I'm not too upset about that. The only thing I am upset about is them or Edmonton is going to get Lafreniere, and it makes
Yeah.
me nauseous. I
Well-
said Chicago was going to.
We don't know that yet. We're just being cocky here, but
I'm okay.
I
So,
would hate if they got Lafreniere.
well, I'm just going to tell you right now. We just witnessed Columbus come back from a 3-1 deficit and beat Toronto in overtime. So right now, 3 of the
Yeah,
possible
3-0.
get him are Toronto, Pittsburgh, and Edmonton by the looks of things.
if they finish the way they're looking.
Yeah, if they
So-
tank, even worse. But I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Edmonton gets 2 or 3 more first overall picks. They're going to really have something. So,
Well,
If-
watch out for Edmonton in about 8 years.
If Pittsburgh loses next game to Habs, if they do, are we kind of at the end of the big Crosby hurrah, Malkin hurrah, and like look at them the last 3 years, swept by the Isles.
okay.
If
can
they
I-
lose to the
can I
Habs, they
make
could
an
still win.
analogy here? Can I make Wilson? Can I make an analogy? I know you're going to carve me up as soon as I
It's going
say.
to be the Kings. Look out. Here come the Kings.
No. Every team has to go through this. You can't build a team, and I'm going to say it from watching Los Angeles. They built a team to win those cups. You can't have those aging players and give them contracts and not bring in youth to play with them. You're going to have to go through that spell. And LA's time was then. Pittsburgh's time is now. They've ran out of guys to put around them. They need to rebuild. They need to unload some contracts and get rid of some money and bring in some teams or players for a couple of years they're gonna struggle, right? Like every team's had to do it, you guys. The Sharks.
No, I agree that Crosby, Malkin are amazing still. Don't get me wrong,
I'm
but
not
you are
saying
right.
they're
They
wrong.
don't have a 20-year-old stud coming in. A couple guys that support them to a certain extent that other cup-winning teams have had.
But
So I like to speak negative about the Pens. I was just kind of curious what your thoughts were.
But I think that's another thing that people need to realize is that's a price you pay to win a Stanley Cup. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh, yeah.
you have to sacrifice your future and go out and pick up role players at the trade deadline and stuff to actually make a run at the cup. LA did it. They went and got Gabrick. It cost them a ton of money that they ended up having to buy out after the fact because he just wasn't who the player he was, right? So you learn things as you go. Sharks, Ducks had to go through it. The Hawks are starting to see it now, but they've gotten fortunate. Kirby Doc,
They look
Dominic
good.
Pauly, yeah, they look damn good, boys. And I said they'd give Edmonton fits. So we'll see how things kind of go in the next few days. We should be down to our 8-8 going into the actual elimination series this year. So I like what I'm seeing. Washington, a little shaky, Pratt. Hey, not looking.
They're
Still just
warming
a
up.
Robin.
They're warming up. Those, by the way, those games are brutal to watch. Well, they're not. I shouldn't say that.
Oh no!
Round robins.
They're not the level of what we're seeing in the playing round, nor should they be. But they're almost a little bit better actually than what I thought they would. I thought there'd be like an all-star game where they're just floating. But there's some passion. But there's just not. It's not that level of playoff hockey yet, and nor should it be because it is a.
Well, that's honestly, I look at it, and I've been watching a lot of NBA too, and they definitely took two different approaches there, the NBA and the NHL, on how they brought teams into the typical 16-team format. And I was probably a fan of the NBA when they put it on paper, but I'm I'm liking what the NHL did now, just to throw guys into the fire a little bit, reward the guys who were at the highest end of the standings to get a little bit of feel into it.
Yep.
And I mean, the teams that really, like, you talk about the teams that got screwed over in this, like the Pittsburghs and stuff like that, who just had to come in and play an elimination series. It's tough on those teams. Like, what I'm getting at is, if you didn't have a good break, so to speak, it's a totally different world in this bubble. And
I can understand that, but a 5 playing a 12.
What I'm saying is, it's that team, like Pratt said, the dynamic of it, and what they might have like moved into the playoffs with a little bit more flow than what they would have with just. And that's why I think what you're saying, the Carolina group, that camaraderie in the team just was able to sort of pick up or keep it going, whatever the case was there, and actually go through. But yeah, I mean, I am going to be pissed if Montreal beats Pittsburgh, just because I'm cheering for them. But at the same time, I kind of like to see sort of that Cinderella story go through and start giving some guys a run. And I mean, it's good to. I think it's good for the NHL that the bubble side of things, and that these are competitive series at this point. Anyway,
I set it around the fire there on the weekend, and I don't know if any. Well, I don't know if you bought them to there. Remember, maybe Lane would, but I had a prediction about this series. I said, yeah, okay. I had what I said is, you watch, if Pittsburgh starts to struggle here in this early series, you're going to see Murray out. And you watch, like,
But it hasn't been Murray though. Like, I get what you're saying.
Well, he's not playing good.
He's not getting
playing
a whole lot of help though. Like, Montreal has been able to walk around and do what they want to do, and Montreal didn't do that all year, right? So defensively, Pittsburgh looks like they're lacking to me, just from what I've seen.
Pittsburgh, everything looks like they're lacking. They don't
have a whole lot of jump right now.
Yeah.
The teams that are going to be dangerous, in my opinion, Columbus, Chicago, Carolina, they got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose, right? So, and I will say this, mad props to the NHL and the players. They got this right. The bubbles worked great. The players have come out, for the most part, that are in these elimination rounds, and they're playing their asses off. There's been a lot of feisty, go get them, no die. It's been great hockey to watch. Me personally, I haven't missed the fans at those games.
I have.
I have too.
I mean, yes, would I want them there? But I'm okay with just seeing what I'm seeing. Like,
I'm with Lane. I am totally cool with it. I think both bubbles have done a good job of dealing with it. I mean, all the sports have. Actually, if I found anything the weirdest, I would almost say baseball, because baseball just has all the spottiness that they bring the fans into it.
Yeah.
So that's probably the most awkward one. But as far as the NHL, I got it on right here. I mean, it's.
And I got to compliment the NHL. 6 games a day starting at 10 a.m. Bet365's just been getting hit hard daily.
I think it's the opposite, Lane. I think Bet365's hitting you hard.
I took a dirty hit today on the parlay. Yeah, St. Louis, you pieces of shit. Thanks for that. Nice 2-goal lead twice. And
This just in, by the way.
Did anybody see my awesome tweet today about my brain cramp with DraftKings? Way to enter a $20 PGA Major Championship and not set your lineup. Like, you're an idiot.
Just so everybody knows, that was just Lane. That was just Lane.
It's always just Lane unless you can tell it's not Lane. Like Lane is always so like biased towards his own world, and then you can tell it's like, oh, one of the other boys must have got a hold of the account.
Oh, as if. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Although
I was
I'm sure
gonna
the people have noticed when it's me responding, when it's other guys responding. So, anyway, now
Trivia.
we got to move on to the trivia. This week,
Oh boy.
Austin is our quiz master. He's asking Boomer, myself, and Jeff the questions. So, in honor of our new sponsor, for all those new viewers that subscribe to YouTube, follow us on Twitter, join the Face group chat. I believe there's that was a handful here in the hat. We got a nice little name thing going there. I'm going to draw a name. I'm going to play for that person. Boomer's going to get a name. Pratt's going to get a name. The person that gets the most right, and this is Stump the Schwab style, like if you've seen it before, but you'll catch on the drift here for all the new viewers. Whoever has the most at the end, whoever played for that person gets that $25 break credit for R&B sports memorabilia. So, Pratt, you are going to play for
Is my guy?
Sean Ponksack. Boomer,
Cool.
you are going to play for Gerald Longboat.
Sorry, Gerald.
Sorry, Jerry.
And I am going to play for Jonah Newman. Hello, Newman.
Do you want to give a better rundown of how it works, or are those
Well,
guys?
just for the people that are going to see it, it's 3 topics. We start with the guy gets to answer his answer to whatever the topic is, and you keep going. You've got 10 seconds. Once you're out, you're out.
8 seconds.
Can we not go 10? 10's a better number.
8.
Ugh.
Because it's been consistent.
Oh, okay. Once you answer wrong, you're out. But if you keep going, or if you're still in it, you can keep going and rack up the points. So you'll see how we do this. Jeff, we're going to start with you, then
No.
me, then Boomer.
Can I have this? I don't want to be accused of any of that
No,
bullshit.
you can't.
Keep your hands high.
Yeah, hands up. We've been over this. Get rid of the
Jazz hands for
gun.
Jeff. Jeffrey Jazz hands here in Sode 14.
Okay, I'm getting into this. So who's starting? Pratt, Boomer, Lane?
Pratt, yeah.
Okay, so the first is NHL.
Oh,
And this is the theme for all 3. So it's a decade thing. So the 2010s. Okay? Name, and I'll give you the number. There's 15 in this list. Players who have played more than 750 games in the NHL in 2010. In the 2010s. Okay?
that's hard, man. I go
Yeah,
first.
that's gross. I never gave you anything like that.
Tell me when you're starting.
I'll give you all a little bit here to ponder a few things. We got who's going first? Pratt,
You said 750?
750.
Okay.
So change your Google search.
Oh, get rich.
Get rich.
Get rich. There's
Tried this weekend, and you guys
There's
definitely helped me out. So
Oh,
Hey,
Hey.
let's go.
ready, Pratt.
Alexander Ovechkin.
Correct. Boomer.
Patrick Marleau.
Correct.
Patrick Kane.
Incorrect. Pratt.
Oh, boy. Jonathan Taves.
Incorrect.
Well, yeah, if Kane didn't, Taves didn't.
Well, you get hurt, you dummy.
Boomer.
Was he really?
Justin Williams.
Incorrect.
That
He had
is
to be. He had to be close.
Yeah, that's
Hey.
a greasy one,
He
Will.
had to be
Well,
close.
the reason was the NHL ones, I was sick of hearing you guys run them up. So here's if you guys want to.
just because I do it. Oh, unreal.
What
guys want a
guys?
few?
One guy ran it up. The rest of us are bottom feeding. Oh,
And I did you a favor, Lane.
No shit.
Oy.
Yandel, Kessel, Wheeler, Cogliano,
Yandel.
Stahl, Lucic, Ovechkin, Doughty Kopitar,
No, I was gonna say it too, but I thought no way.
Pavelski, Voracek, Brown,
I don't
and
even care. Next topic. Next topic. I'm losing
An
it.
average of 75 games a year.
Well, I know.
Yeah,
I
no.
did say Kopitar
How close
missed
was
almost the
Williams?
whole season when he broke his ankle.
I don't know about Williams. Okay, we're gonna keep it
I
going.
gotta look that up after. 'cause-
Okay, once again, it's the decade 2010s. We're gonna go to NFL. This one's a little easier, maybe.
Yeah, right.
Name the top 10 rushing yards or the top 10 receiving yards for the decade. So you can name a running back or a receiver.
Starting with me.
Okay, so what do you? Okay, wait a minute. Are you talking the total 10 years of their
There'd be 10
career?
running backs, 10 receivers.
Yeah, but it's total rushing yards or total receiving yards, not both. Not all-purpose yards, not anything. It's just one from each, or just from each list.
Either or is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
So I got 20 guys on here.
Who goes first?
Me.
No, I do.
No,
I do.
I said.
Oh, no,
Pratt,
Boomer.
me,
Boomer
you
does.
last.
Boomer goes.
Boomer, because he was second. Yeah.
I was second lane.
I
Remember?
literally said before we started, Pratt, me, you, but whatever.
Oh my god. Well, it doesn't matter. Go first if you want. I don't care.
Fine, Lane, go first then.
No.
Okay, Boomer, go first then. Holy.
Antonio Brown.
Correct. Wallace.
Adrian Peterson.
Correct. Pratt.
Julio Jones.
Correct.
Frank Gore.
Correct.
Marshawn Lynch.
Correct.
Kelsey.
Incorrect.
Rob Gronkowski.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
Shady McCoy.
Number one.
Well, I'll take a flyer, I guess.
Hey,
Freaking.
no.
Yeah.
Didn't even get your flyer in.
What are we all at here? Are we tied?
Okay, score. Boomer 3, Pratt 2, Wallace 3.
God.
Pratt 2, Wallace 3, Boomer 3.
Yeah, you two are tied at 3. Pratt's got 2. Okay, so who's starting now? Wallace?
I go
Yeah.
last. Ugh.
I'm going to be out.
In the 2010s in the MLB, what teams lost more than 800 games?
Wilson.
I love this actually. This is Okay.
Lost more than 800 games.
Yeah,
In the 2000s?
in the 2010s, that decade.
Oh, 10 to 20. Okay.
Yeah,
Lost more than 800 games?
Okay, so this goes Wallace, Pratt, me, right? Just so we're
Yeah.
checking.
Yeah.
yeah.
Miami.
They were the worst.
Baltimore.
Yep.
Angels.
Wrong.
Ooh.
Is it me?
No, it's Wallace.
No, it's me. The Pirates.
Correct.
White Sox.
Correct.
Oh, we'll go to the Twins.
Correct.
Mariners.
Whoa, hang on here. Oh, yeah, correct.
we'll go with the
Oh, that's 8.
Rays.
He got it in.
Oh, okay. Cincinnati Reds, go.
I don't think the Rays is right.
No, it's not right.
Oh,
Reds, correct.
how many did you say there was?
All of them.
17.
Okay. Blue Jays.
Yep.
Kansas City Royals.
Yeah.
Correct. For the win. Pratsky just won again.
Gross.
Are the Tigers on there?
Oh,
Yeah.
Tigers. Of course they are.
Yeah.
Just brain cramped again. Like unreal.
Holy.
You guys
Are the
missed.
Mets on there?
Yeah. Mets, Diamondbacks, Cubs.
Cubs.
Cubs?
Yeah, they were so bad,
Oh,
remember?
with the World Series even? There was 3 years they were good.
Yeah, not when
Padres, Rockies.
Padres. Oh, my
I was going to say the Rockies, but I didn't think so.
Okay, here's the one that I didn't think anyone was gonna get. Astros.
Yeah, they were bad for a
They
while
sucked
there.
for a long time, yep. So Pratt.
Sean Pox. What was it? Poxack?
Sean Ponksack. Yes.
Poxack is probably like, God, dude, learn your football. But
Yeah.
I got your back, Sean.
Okay,
Sorry-
I'm
sorry,
voting
Jerry, I
Wilson
owe you a
never
beer.
gives the questions again.
No, I like that. That was better.
The
I felt like
baseball one I like. That
You know
was
what?
it.
Well, the football one was super easy. The baseball one actually was kind of easy. All you had to do was think of shitty teams.
It was actually, the baseball one was, yeah.
You guys got by far the most in that. The hockey one definitely
tough.
was the hardest, but it's because it's
Once
kind of
again, it has nothing to do with. They were good questions. We just suck. Me and Boomer. Yeah.
The hockey one is tough. I will say that. And
yeah, no,
but I was smart, kept it even.
I knew there wasn't any Flames on that list. 2 Kings, though. Boy, I'd feel pretty bad there.
Keith Yandel, though.
Well-
He hasn't missed a game in the decade.
No, Yandel's the man. He's a machine.
Ah,
Sonk.
Oh. Well.
Ah.
Whose week is it
Gotta
next
start
week?
calling
Boomer,
it
you get
Stump
to
the
no,
Pratt.
Pratt get to us next week.
Pratt gets that again.
Yeah.
I almost
We
don't.
will have a new winner. A new winner.
Yeah, that's maybe
Yes,
we just need to get a little momentum between the three of us.
Yeah.
So I'll have 4 weeks undefeated then if I'm giving them 5 weeks undefeated. Okay.
Okay. So with that, we're gonna come to our local shout out, Boomer.
Yeah. So we got local senior baseball team here that actually 3 of us on the cheap seats have played games for.
Oh, I
There you
guess barely played.
Well, hey, I think you scored a run. I think that counts, Wilson.
Oh God, did I ever score a run?
So yeah, they're in the middle of playoffs right now. I believe they won their first game against the other Estevan team here in town, the Fireballers, 12-2. So they kind of torched them. Their next game comes up, I believe. Well, by the time the show airs, it'll be Friday night, so it'll be tonight. And yeah, they play at Lynn Prime Park this time under the lights. I believe game time 6,
Well, I think Friday is at Matt.
or was it at Matt?
It's at Matt. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, it's at Matt. So then it'll definitely be at 6 because they don't have lights over there.
We
So
will clear all that up on Twitter for everybody.
yeah. So either way,
Check
good
it
luck,
out.
fellas, and hopefully
Yeah,
you
good
close
luck
out
to
the
both
series.
teams.
Yep. Go Wolves. Solid episode, boys. Next week, 15. Another benchmark. I feel they're all benchmarks, aren't they?
Oh, the way that group chat's going lately, yeah, they're benchmarks, all right.
Hey, we've righted the ship. It was rough, but it's been okay.
Yeah, there was some ugly seas there for a few
I let
days.
you off easy during the classic, Wallace. I should have been all over you. Should have been
Okay.
right in your kitchen. I did it without even getting in your kitchen. That's how Pratt and I could have had you just in a
Pratt had
dither.
nothing. Pratt had his cock in his hand all weekend. Pratt had nothing.
My goodness.
Like,
Oh my goodness.
there's
I
nothing.
can't wait till next year. I hope you
What does
guys
that even mean?
I hope you guys are this arrogant about next year's classic because
You're giving us strokes. So.
playing. Strokes, yeah, okay, whatever you want.
All
Okay.
right.
So, with that being said, another good week. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you to
Thanks,
all our
sponsors.
sponsors.
Ice Factory, R&B, Sports Memorabilia,
Tap House.
Tapos.
We will do a pizza, 2 pizzas next week for Pete and the Tapos.
Absolutely.
I dropped the ball there. I was still a little bit foggy come Tuesday afternoon. I didn't want to make it too short for you guys, so I'll do a double dipper again. We'll give away 2 pizzas at once next week. So
For local people.
yep, best pizza in town.
All right, everybody, have a good week. We'll see you on Twitter and Facebook, and let's get some retweets.